So lately, there's been a lot of comparisons made between Inui and Manny Pacquiao. Obviously, the main reason the comparisons has been made is because both of them are Asian fighters that are quite dynamic, and a lot of fighters have been saying like, they look kind of similar in terms of their skill and their speed. Now, I'm just gonna like do a comparison between both of them to put it into perspective. They were at a similar age when they started to blow up. So when Pacquiao reached the age of 30, I think he was at the featherweight division, like the lower weight classes, for several years. He beat the likes of Barrera. He beat the likes of Morales. Obviously, he beat Marquez in controversial decisions, but he still fought them and beat them. He beat David Diaz. And by the time he reached 30, that was when he was on the cusp of fighting the likes of Oscar De La Hoya, Ricky Hatton, all of these great fighters. So he obviously turned professional when he was 15 years old. So by the time he was 24, when he actually broke through and fought the likes of Barrera, he was already a 9-year veteran. Well, if you look at Inui, Inui started his career when at the age of 19. Now, obviously, Inui's had a lot less fights than him. Even when they were both at the age of 30, I think at that age, Pacquiao has had like 40 fights. Well, Inui has only had less than 30. He's only had like 25 fights or so. So to some extent, it's weird making a comparison because they started their career at different points. But the way Inui has been going up in weights is inevitable that comparison is going to be made. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to compare what they've accomplished up to now. So up to the age of 30, what they've managed to accomplish, and I'm also going to compare their styles and say what I think about both of them. So just to put it into perspective, like I feel like Pacquiao has managed to accomplish something that I don't think Inui will, and that what Pacquiao's managed to accomplish is he managed to win titles in 8 weight classes, famously. It's one of the biggest accomplishments of his career, which is he managed to pick up a world title in 8 weight classes, from I think light flyweight all the way up to welterweight, and even light middleweight. I think he picked up a catchweight title against Antonio Margarito. So that's 8 weight classes he's managed to pick up titles. But I think Inui's managed to accomplish something that Pacquiao never did. Inui actually became undisputed. He managed to win every title in a weight class and beat every champion and become undisputed. So like they both have managed to accomplish something that the other one probably is unlikely to do. Obviously Pacquiao's retired now, so he's not likely to become undisputed anytime soon. And for some reason, I just don't see Inui going up 8 weight classes. I think he's gone up 4 weight classes. He's become undisputed in 1 weight class, and I think he might come undisputed in his next weight class if he fights Tobias, that Filipino fighter. But I just don't see him going up 8 weight classes. So from that perspective, Pacquiao's gone up more weight classes, yet Inui became undisputed in 1 weight class, while Pacquiao never became undisputed in 1 weight class. Now, if you was to compare their styles, I actually think Inui has more of a ring IQ than Pacquiao. The reason why I think he's got more of a ring IQ is you can see him in a fight figuring out his opponent. He seems to be more cerebral than Pacquiao is, and he seems to figure out his opponent's weaknesses. Now, I'm not saying Pacquiao's a dumb fighter. By no means am I saying that. But I think Pacquiao is more of a fighter that needs to follow instructions. So Freddie Roach was really the mastermind behind Pacquiao's career. He was the one that was telling him what to actually do to fulfill his potential. Well, I think with Inui, he does have a great team behind him. I think his father's training him, but he's more of a guy that figures it out on the fly. So I think Inui's actually got more of a ring IQ than Pacquiao. In terms of their style, I think Pacquiao's more unorthodox. He's more of an unorthodox fighter. This is a fighter that used to do a lot of things wrong, but he used to get away with it because of his athleticism. Quite similar to Roy Jones. Sometimes his legs would cross over. Sometimes he would throw punches from awkward angles. But despite being unorthodox, he used to pull off incredible feats. Well, if you look at Inui, is more of a traditional boxer puncher. Like, he's more traditional. He's not as unorthodox as Pacquiao is. And in a weird way, that kind of gives Inui... It depends how you look at it, but if a fight is more traditional and is able to get these results, it kind of shows how good they actually are. But a fighter being more unorthodox, it kind of shows why they get the results they get because of their speed and power and how unorthodox they are. They throw punches from angles that fighters do not see coming, like their opponents. another thing that I think is, I think Pacquiao's got more. I think he's got more hand speed, and he's got better combination punching than Inoue. But I think Inoue's got more concussive one punch power. I think Inoue hits a lot harder with one punch. And I'm not saying Pacquiao doesn't hit hard. He does hit hard. But he's more of a guy that overwhelms you with volume, like throwing 20, 30 punches and like several combinations, and he overwhelms you. While with Inoue more knocks you out with one punch. So I think Inoue's got better punching power, one punch concussive punching power, while Pacquiao's got faster hands, throws better combinations, and I think Pacquiao is more athletic in my opinion. I think Inoue is more powerful, but Pacquiao's more athletic. Pacquiao's faster, and I think he's also got better footwork, and he's more unorthodox. The thing is, if they both were to fight each other, that would have been an incredible fight. Inoue versus Pacquiao. But to be fair, Pacquiao really came into his own when he went up to welterweight. After his second loss to Morales, that's when he started to adapt his game, and he started becoming a more two-handed fighter. While Inoue seems like he's already developed into a complete fighter already. I mean, he's only number 2 pound for pound behind Crawford, and he seems to have a better ring IQ than Pacquiao. But tell me what you think below. In my opinion, I think there are similarities, but they're quite different fighters. Obviously, they're both from an Asian background, and they're both from lower weight fighters, and they're both quite dynamic fighters. Obviously, Inoue's very dynamic with his punching power, and Pacquiao's very dynamic with his speed and his angles, and the fact that he's southpaw, and he's very exciting as well. So they're both very dynamic fighters. They both do things very unorthodox. But in my opinion, they're both very special fighters. So in my opinion, Inoue has accomplished something that Pacquiao never will. He became undisputed, and he may become undisputed again in his second fight. So becoming undisputed twice is an incredible accomplishment. While Pacquiao went up more weight classes, he's fought better competition to some extent. By the age of 30, Pacquiao had already beaten Morales, Marquez, and Barrera, and he beat other great fighters like Ledwaba, David Diaz, and obviously like other great fighters he beat. Well, if you look at Inoue's beaten great opposition like Donaire, but let's be real, he's never beaten like the featherweight greats like the way Pacquiao did. Like, for example, the likes of the Marquezes of the world and the Barreras and the Morales. So by the age of 30, you can argue that Pacquiao already accomplished more. And this is before he went on his legendary welterweight run, when he beat the likes of, he beat, obviously, Oscar de la Hoya. Then he went down at light welterweight and he knocked out Hatton. And then he beat Margarito, beat Cotto, beat Shea Mosley, beat Marquez, beat all these great fighters. Before he even went on that run, by the age of 30, before he even fought Oscar de la Hoya, he already beat David Diaz, Morales, Marquez, Barrera, like Ledwaba. He already beat so many good fighters. And I think his resume is a lot better. Unless Inoue goes up in weight and he starts beating welterweights and such, I just don't think he's going to have the resume that Pacquiao has. So from my perspective, he can still get a great resume. If he was to fight Casemiro, beat him, fight Rigondeaux, beat him, go up in weight and fight Gervonta Davis, beat him, he can get an incredible resume. But I don't think he's going to be as high profile as Pacquiao. So that's just my opinion. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he'll go up to welterweight and fight some great fighters and beat them, but I just don't think he's going to go up as high a weight as Pacquiao did. I just can't see Inoue going up to welterweight. I just don't see it happening. So that's just my opinion. Tell me your opinion below. What do you think about everything I'm saying in terms of comparing both of them? Both of them are great fighters, but they're great in different ways. They're very similar, but they're different. I think Pacquiao's faster, but I think Inoue's got better punching power. I think Pacquiao's got more dynamic footwork and combinations, but Inoue's got better ring IQ. I think Pacquiao managed to accomplish something that Inoue never will. He went up 8 weight classes and won titles in 8 weight classes, while Inoue managed to accomplish something that Pacquiao never will. He became undisputed, and he's probably going to become undisputed in his next fight, so he's going to be undisputed twice. And I think Pacquiao had a better resume, but Inoue's got an opportunity to become undisputed 2-3 times by the time his career is over, and he's only 30. So tell me what you think below. What do you think about what I'm saying? Do you think my assessment of both of them is accurate, or do you think there's something that I've left out? Tell me what you think I've left out below. And like and subscribe to the channel. I've got a lot more content coming your way. Peace.